Late on this barley presentation all last month.
Last month, I thought Irving was sitting at home depressed because I wasn't there.
Yesterday you said it didn't even matter if he went to the awards banquet with you.
Yesterday, I thought Irving was going to be out of town in some slimy hotel all by himself. You know, we don't have to be together every second, Charlene. You know, all that matters is that I know that he is miserable somewhere.
You're not going to ruin your chance for this award over some clown, are you, Cathy?
Cathy is a professional, Mr. Pinkley. Professional people do not let some clown affect the job that has to be done.
Thank you, Charlene.
When you finish blowing your nose in the Ringler deal, would you mind sending it down to accounting?
Oh, so what? My life is over, Andrea.
Don't be silly. In 1 week, you may receive the most important award of your career, Cathy.
These magazines said I could have it all. You lied to me, Cosmo.
Cathy, contemporary women do not base our life happiness on the state of our relationships. We are above that. We are not searching for some Mr. Right.
The search for Mr. Right was begun by my mother when I was 11 hours old.
That's my daughter. That's my son. Maybe they'll grow up and get married.
The search continued until the very moment I met someone I liked. Mom, this is Jeff.
You're not getting serious, are you?
Pickiness set in.
Too wild, too serious, too flashy, too cheap, too pushy, too cool, too whiny, too lazy.
Sometimes I wonder if she thinks anyone is good enough for me.
Baby, what happened? He was perfect for you.
Cathy, we are going to get out of this apartment and expand your horizons.
What if Irving calls and wants to make up?
What if Irving calls?
Irving is not going to call, and we are going to find a date worthy of the Employee of the Year if we have to hit every sushi bar in town.
She has to be here if Irving calls.
Oh, for heaven's sakes, Mom, Irving isn't gonna call. Of course, in a way, Andrea's right. No one's looking for Mr. Right anymore. We're looking for Mr. Relationship, a man who's strong yet vulnerable, brilliant yet sensitive, sexy yet loyal, a man who can nurture, love, listen, support, succeed, cry, feel, care, share. We're looking for Mr. Miracle. A woman who's serious about meeting a man does not squirt Banaka on a guy's necktie when he tries to open the door for her, Andrea.
I thought it was mace and my aim's a little off, so kill me. I'm out of practice. You don't exactly have that come-hither look yourself.
Well, I didn't want to come hither in the first place.
Cathy, there's a whole world of fascinating men out here. Give someone new a chance.
Hi, can I get you something?
You pig, we can get it ourselves.
It isn't that there aren't enough men or women, but that by the time most of us get to the point of really looking, we've convinced ourselves we're superior to anyone we meet.
Great hair. I spent my whole life waiting for her to get ready.
I wonder if I could get him to throw out that tie after we're married.
Gold bracelet should spend all my money.
I wonder if I could talk him into getting a nose job after we're married.
Too much makeup.
Ugly shoes.
Boring.
Balding. How juvenile.
You pig!
Why did you make us get in the front row, Andrea?
Well, I figured we could see the instructor better. What's wrong with the front row?
The front row is for people with great seats or who are married. Married people get in the front row. Separated people are in the middle, and the more single you are, the farther back in the room you're supposed to be. Unless you have a great seat. If you're single and you have a great seat, you can be anywhere.
Cathy, this happens to be a perfect environment for a woman to introduce herself to a man she finds interesting. And that's it for today.
Andrea, I am not going to speak to a stranger when I look like this.
Cathy, this is the 80s. No one's going to stand here judging you just on your looks. Men are interested in the same real qualities that we are. There. Why don't you go introduce yourself to that guy?
He's too flabby.
Just say hello.
Hello. Well, maybe we could get together sometime. May I have your number?
Yes, I'd like your number too.
Well, bye. We broke up. The worst thing about dating is always feeling that everyone else is doing it better than I am. I'd pay $1 million to know what it is other women do and say to get to a man's more gentle and sensitive side.
Irving?
What?
You miss her. Let's talk about it. What?
Do you miss her because she posed no threat to your sexual ego?
What?
Are you afraid I compare you to other guys I've been with?
What?
Are you insecure about your ability to please me?
Oh, get out of my kitchen!
You know, I thought you showed real restraint by not phoning your answering machine from the lobby.
Oh, yeah, I have it under control. There's no place in the world quieter than a single person's apartment with no message light blinking. Some people torture themselves by filling the silence with conversations they wish they'd had, pretending a slightly different word choice would have changed their whole life. Irving, the awards dinner is something I want us to share together.
Darling, I'd march barefoot through a blizzard to be there.
Hello?
Where have you been? Your father has been worried sick.
Do I have to report to you every time I leave the house, Mother?
Oh, why don't our calls ever sound like the telephone commercials?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Cathy, we just wanted to make sure you're not depressed. Do you want to speak to Father?
No,
Hi, honey. Are you depressed?
No, Dad, I'm fine.
Good. Well, don't forget to lock up.
I locked up, Dad.
You're in for the night, then?
Yeah, I'm in for the night.
Okay, as long as you're in for the night and all locked up.
I'm all locked up.
Okay. Well, good night, honey. Want to say good night to Mom?
No.
Good night, sweetie.
Okay, Mom. Good night.
Only a week left until the awards banquet, Cathy. Are you going to make it?
I think so. I just have to write up the findings of 16 more studies.
No problem. You've done that before.
Convince 4 clients to spend another $35,000.
You've done that before. And find a date.
Not bad.
Here, your worries are over.
Oh, no. Not a personal ad.
Personal ads are a totally viable way for busy, intellectual, career-oriented singles to meet. Besides, we don't have time to sign up for another Oriental massage class.
Forget it, Charlene. I have dragged myself to idiotic parties and mixers. I have begged for dates, groveled for dates, plotted and schemed for dates, but I am not going to answer a personal ad to get a date.
Why not?
It would sound like I'm desperate.
Hey, don't worry about it, Cathy. If you don't want to go to the banquet alone, Esther and I will be happy to be your escorts.
Single male 33 desires meaningful relationship. I love candlelight dinners, sexy music, and total honesty in a woman. Advanced communication devices in history. The cordless phone, the automatic redial phones, computer phones, cellular phones, animal phones. In spite of the technology, singles often turn to a more old-fashioned approach.